and welcome you all once again on this last and final day of this training program. And I hope we will have a good, interesting session where we can learn from each other in an interactive way. So before we start the session, my request will be that please feel free to unmute yourself and ask whatever question you have. Even if you don't have any question, if you have a learning and experience you want to share, you can share with us anytime. Okay, because we don't want the session to be only one-sided. We continuously speaking and you listening, that may make it boring. So we have designed this session around the title called "How to Teach Computer Science in School," right? So yeah. So this is me and Naveen sir. So sir, can you go to next slide?
Sir, let's let them join first for class point, and then we can go further.
Okay, okay.
So that we can have an interaction in between of the. So everyone, those who have joined, you can use your mobile phone to join this session with the PPT. Just open classpoint.app and enter the code 46583. You can use your mobile phone, whatever the way you are attending the class. You can use your mobile phone or you can use our laptop. Just open a app, a simple app. It's a browser app, classpoint.app, and enter the code 46583. It's very simple. Go to your mobile phone, open a browser so that we can take a immediate. That's great.
So what Naveen sir is trying to say is, whichever device you have used to join to this session, be it laptop, desktop, or a mobile phone, open your browser and type classpoint.app on the URL, and then it will ask you to enter class code. So this is a ClassPoint, which is an interactive app which can be used to seek opinion, poll anytime during a class, during any session. So two more people are.
One I have joined. So now we have a 5 people have joined out of 12. So more people can join. We can wait for another 1 or 2 minutes and then we can go further. And during the presentation, this code will be available on your screen. So you can join anytime. The code will be available. So anytime if you left in between due to the network connection, you can join this class and you can see the PowerPoint slide on your computer as well. Okay, sir, you may start now.
Yeah. So I would again repeat that in order to make this class interactive, we are using a quiz or poll or a survey app called ClassPoint. So to connect to this ClassPoint, please go to your browser and open classpoint.app. You can use it through mobile, to desktop, or through laptop, and just type classpoint.app, and then it will ask you to enter class code, write your name so that you can quickly join. Please let us know if you are not able to understand what we are talking, or if you are facing any difficulty, because I don't see all of have joined yet. Okay, so please move to next. Yeah. So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam once said that nanotechnology is knocking at our doors. So we should be aware of the trends of technology and nurture our young minds. And so is the case with computing and its evolving application in many other subject areas. So we should all be aware of emerging trends in computer and computing and nurture our young talents to be ready with the skills needed in future. Okay. So in this session, we are going to discuss about what computer science is and what not. And we are going to discuss about the topic around whether computer science should be taught in school curriculum or not. We'll discuss about how computer science has got application in other subject areas, some pedagogical aspects, and of course about computational thinking. And then finally, we will have half of the session devoted to implementation of computer science concepts through different levels of school curriculum, through different approaches, different tools, different applications. Sir, can you move to next? Yeah. So a very common important question that we computer science teachers have to explain to each and every stakeholder, be it a school headmaster, be it school authority, be it parent, be it community. The understanding is that people have very confusion about what computer science in what computer science is not. We all know as a teacher of computer science, we all know that computer science is about study of computation, automation, about information, their storage, processing and retrieval, as well as communication of information, right? It is also about study of computers, computational systems. Computer scientists deal with software and software systems, including the theory, design, development, and application, right? So computer scientists are unlike computer engineer. We do not deal much about the hardware, how a processor is designed and how what are the semiconductor technologies used in a processor and how a chipset is designed and all this, right? Or how a motherboard is designed and how a speaker is designed. Those are dealt by electronic engineers, electrical and electronic engineers and computer hardware engineers, right? So we computer science people do not deal with those aspects. We particularly and mainly deal with the software and software systems and their design. And at the same time, it is very important to understand that computer science is not about merely about learning applications or tools or softwares like word processing software, spreadsheet or presentation softwares, or about sharing a drive or being able to use an email or these are not computer science, right? These are application areas that any person can learn or can be trained to do, to use any application, any software, right? So being able to use a software doesn't lead to be called that this is computer science, right? Similarly, to build or to repair computer has not, got nothing to do with computer science. Or being able to play video game is not about computer science. Yes, designing and writing a video game, developing a software called video game is very much a computer science, but being able to play or install a video game or a software on a computer system is not computer science, right? So the important question is, should computer science be part of school curriculum? Because across the globe, if you see, computer science, introduction of computer science across school curriculum across the globe varies. In some countries, they are introduced, some have made it mandatory, some had made it optional, some still have made it from class primary onwards, some have made it secondary onwards, some are not introducing at all. So unlike physics, language, social science, or mathematics, science, computer science hasn't yet got a mandatory place in school curriculum. So the question is, should computer science be given a mandatory place? Should it be a part of school curriculum? There are two unassigned participants. Maybe if we can check if they are willing to join our team, whether they belong to our team or what. Yeah, please go to next. So as you might be aware that, okay, Naveen sir, 1 minute before say, I just want to know, am I going fine? Are you able to communicate or be, understand what I'm talking about? Is the language fine, or you want me to speak bilingual? I can speak Hindi and English as well. Please let me know your feedback.
Yes, sir. Either English or Hindi, no problem for me.
Okay. Okay. So there is this quick poll run by Naveen sir. Sir, would you like to talk about this poll? क्या है इसमें, क्या जानना चाह रहे हैं आप?
हम ये जानना चाह रहे हैं whether they are okay with the flow of the presentation, and whatever you are delivering they are able to understand, say yes, no, or not, unsure. So they can just use a mobile phone and poll.
Okay,
Yes, no.
okay, okay. Wonderful. Thank you. So please minimize this
Okay.
so that we continue.
I'll closing the submission. We got a six answers, yes and yes.
Okay.
So these people says yes, they are able to understand.
Wonderful.
Okay. So another question they can mark from their computer. So another question, will wait for another question. They can mark. All of you can use your mobile phone to mark this. What do you think? Is the computer education necessary for school children or not? As Rejaul sir already explained this. So you can use a mobile phone and then you can mark. It should be streamlined with other subjects, like other subjects. So 5 people marked. We have 15 people in our class, so 8 has marked. Again, you need to mark. I just stopped. Again, you can mark. Please mark once again. We got 9 responses.
Yeah.
We got 11 now. So, okay. So I'm just closing.
So I can see more people are able to get connected to this ClassPoint app and they're able to participate.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay. So I'll save for review and then we can see.
Please go to the next slide.
Yes.
Oh, no. Okay. You need to go back to the previous slide, sir, where I am talking about the quotes from NEP. Yeah. So I was saying that some of you may be aware that India has got this national education policy in the year 2020. We got an education policy after almost 33 years, right? So and for us, for our country, education policy is the highest guiding document, because based on this policy, now we are working on development of curriculum framework, what we call national curriculum framework. And based on this framework, we are going to write a new syllabus altogether. We are going to decide which subjects will be mandatory, which will be optional, when to introduce which subject, to what extent. All these we are going to introduce. Moreover, in the new policy, earlier our education system so far at present is 10+2, as you may be knowing. 10 years of schooling up to secondary plus 2, that we call higher secondary. But the new education policy, once we start implementing it in a couple of years, we have this new 4-tier system called 5+3+3+4. So a child is expected to join formal school system at the age of 3 years. Okay, so we are going to make preschool formal or mandatory across all the schools in the country. We are going to create so many preschools as well. So 5 years when a child joins school, so initial at the age of 3 years, so initial 5 years it is preparatory, then 3 years foundational, then next 3 middle, and the remaining 4-year combined is we are going to call it secondary. So we will not have any more secondary and secondary. We will have 4-year together, what we will call it secondary. So this is the new 5+3+3+4 approach in our education system that will come into effect in a year or two based on new education policy. So I have quoted only one paragraph from this new education policy. So it says that the point 4 number 4.25, chapter 4.25, it says that it is recognized that mathematics and mathematical thinking will be very important for India's future and India's leadership role in numerous upcoming fields and professions that will involve artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. Thus, mathematics and computational thinking will be given increased emphasis throughout the school years, starting with the foundational stage through a variety of innovative methods, including the regular use of puzzles and games that make mathematical thinking more enjoyable and engaging. Activities involving coding will be introduced in middle age. That means from class, we are talking about introduction of coding. So if you read this para, it summarizes a lot of things. It has emphasis on two important aspects. One is mathematical thinking and another is computational thinking. So we will touch upon computational thinking in today's discussion. So please move to next slide. Yeah. This is a para from this research paper that I have taken. It talks about importance of coding and programming. It says that programming is the most powerful medium of developing the sophisticated and rigorous thinking needed for mathematics, for grammar, for physics, for statistics, for all the hard subjects. In short, I believe more than ever that programming should be a key part of the intellectual development of human beings. Right? This is the quote by Kessenbaum in 2005. It again lays emphasis on the role of computing and programming and coding on development of different skills among learners, which will help that people or the student in many other fields, including mathematics, grammar, physics, and statistics. Right? Sir, please move to next session. So, sir, please let me know whether all the participants belong to computer science. Whether all of you are computer science people who teach or are involved in teaching of computer science or some background as well. Yeah, Mr. Sujan Tapa.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, क्या सारे लोग कंप्यूटर साइंस से ही हैं?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So we all that a high quality computing education, what are the fundamental basic advantages of a good computing education? It lays a solid foundation that is needed for further study of computer science. It helps develop computational thinking and creativity to understand and adapt to the changing world, and it leads to better job prospects, of course. Right? So we will talk about the second component more here. We know कि computer science पढ़ने से job मिलने का chances है. That is known to everyone. That is a good thing also. और कंप्यूटर साइंस स्कूल में लाइक एनी अदर सब्जेक्ट उसको पढ़ाया जाएगा तो उससे बच्चा बेसिक स्किल डेवलप होगा जो बच्चे को फर्दर जब हायर स्टडीज करेगा इन द फील्ड ऑफ कंप्यूटर साइंस सो ही और शी दैट चाइल्ड विल हैव सम बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग. So this applies not only to computer science, this applies to mathematics also, English also, social science also, right? But for us, the important thing is to develop computational thinking and creativity to understand and adapt to the changing world. This is important. And हम लोग इसी पे डिस्कस करेंगे. Sir, please next. So दूसरे तरीके से कहने का मतलब है कि कंप्यूटर साइंस पढ़ाने का क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव होगा? Of course, आज के डेट में आप सब एग्री करेंगे in this century, digital literacy is a mandatory skill for each and every learner. Each and every citizen of any country today should be digitally literate because more and more things, more and more services are now delivered through digital mode. our activities are shifting more and more in digital medium on a daily basis. So हम सब लोग अगर बेसिक लिटरेट नहीं होंगे डिजिटली इन डिजिटल स्किल्स तो मुश्किल हो जाएगा. देयर विल बी डिजिटल डिवाइड. कुछ लोग पीछे रह जाएंगे, कुछ लोग फायदा ले लेंगे, राइट. तो डिजिटल लिटरेसी करके अलग कोई सब्जेक्ट तो है नहीं स्कूल में. तो कंप्यूटर साइंस computing, a basic introductory course in computer and schools can be a good way to ensure कि हर बच्चा बेसिक डिजिटल लिटरेसी स्किल से इक्विप हो. एंड ऑफ कोर्स कंप्यूटर साइंस पढ़ाने का मेन मकसद, वन ऑफ द फंडामेंटल इंपॉर्टेंट रिक्वायरमेंट इज टू डेवलप लॉजिकल थिंकिंग. लॉजिकली सोचना है. क्यों? क्योंकि कंप्यूटर में कुछ भी अनक्लियर एम्बिगुअस स्टेटमेंट नहीं चलता. आप सब जानते हैं कंप्यूटर में क्या होता है. कंप्यूटर एक मशीन है जो हम इंस्ट्रक्शन को ले सकता है और हम जो कहेंगे वो करके हमें बता सकता है, राइट. वो इंटेलिजेंट नहीं है, वो इंटेलिजेंट नहीं है. वो हम जो उसको करने को कहते हैं बेसिक काम, वो उसको टास्क को, रूटीन टास्क को बहुत स्पीडीली कर सकता है, एक्यूरेटली कर सकता है. वो टायर्ड नहीं होता. वो एक ही चीज को अगर बार बार कहेंगे आपसे, वो चीज हो सकता है कुछ कुछ चीजें बहुत फास्ट कर लेगा. लेकिन जहां थिंकिंग की बात आएगी, जहां डिसीजन की बात आएगी, कंप्यूटर इज नॉट अ स्मार्ट डिवाइस, इट इज ए डम डिवाइस आज तक. इसका मतलब उससे काम कराने के लिए आपको उसको क्लियर इंस्ट्रक्शन देना पड़ेगा, राइट. और क्लियर इंस्ट्रक्शन तब दे पाएंगे आप क्लियरली सोचेंगे. अगर आपको कंप्यूटर से कुछ काम कराना है, कोई एक सॉफ्टवेयर बनाना है या कोई 4 लाइन का एल्गोरिदम लिखना है, तो आपको पहले क्लियरली वेल डिफाइंड स्टेप्स, अनएम्बिगुअस, नॉन रिपीटेटिव, वेल डिफाइंड, नॉन कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग स्टेटमेंट्स लिखने पड़ेंगे. और ऐसा जब एक बच्चा प्रैक्टिस करेगा इस तरह का चीजें लिखने का, तो उसके अंदर लॉजिकल सोचने का, थिंकिंग का कैपेसिटी बनेगा. लॉजिकली सोचेगा बच्चा. दैट इज द इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल दैट वी आर गोइंग टू, we hope a learner can get in the process of learning computing or computer science, fundamentals of computer science, right. Develop mathematical approach of solving a problem. कोई भी प्रॉब्लम को हम थियोरेटिकली डिफाइन करते हैं, दैट इज वन थिंग. बट उसको जो मैथमेटिकल सॉल्यूशन पेन एंड पेपर में हम जब उसको क्वांटिफाई करके मैथमेटिकली सॉल्व करने लगते हैं, तब हमारा जो थिंकिंग प्रोसेस होता है वो बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. चाहे हम उसको पेन एंड पेपर से सॉल्व करें, चाहे कंप्यूटर से सॉल्व करें, लेकिन जो मैथमेटिकल अप्रोच, मैथमेटिकल थिंकिंग की जो अप्रोच है किसी प्रॉब्लम को करने का, किसी सिचुएशन को हल करने का, किसी सिचुएशन को रिकॉर्ड करके उसको अगर रिकॉर्ड ही करना है, कि इवेंट के बारे में या ट्रांजैक्शन के बारे में रिकॉर्ड भी करना है, तो थियोरेटिकली लिखना और मैथमेटिकली उसको स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे पे स्टेप वाइज लिखना आर डिफरेंट थिंग्स. So since when you learn computer science, when you learn fundamentals of programming, when you understand how computer works, so you understand that computer works largely mathematically, right? Because end of the day, in the core of computing, whatever happening are arithmetic and logical operations. The CPU that ALU in your computer that does is arithmetic and logical operations and data manipulation. So those are mathematical statement, mathematical operations, right? तो आप बेसिक, इसीलिए जो मैं कह रहा था, नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी ऑफ इंडिया हैज एम्फसाइज्ड सो मच ऑन डेवलपमेंट ऑफ मैथमेटिकल थिंकिंग. और मैथमेटिकल थिंकिंग सबसे अच्छा आसानी से डेवलप होता है इन द ड्यूरिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ लर्निंग कंप्यूटर साइंस. और कंप्यूटेशनल थिंकिंग स्किल क्या है और क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है, हम आगे वाले स्लाइड्स में देखते हैं, राइट. सर प्लीज मूव टू नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. या so computational thinking, ye Janet Wing was she is still a professor in US, and she coined this term called, while she was working for Microsoft, she coined this term called computational thinking, right. उनका क्या है कि कोई भी थॉट प्रोसेस, जब हम कोई भी प्रॉब्लम को फॉर्मुलेट करते हैं और उसका सॉल्यूशन ढूंढते हैं, ताकि उस, सपोज हमारे पास कोई सिचुएशन दिया हुआ है, कोई प्रॉब्लम दिया हुआ है, उसको इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोसेसिंग एजेंट या कंप्यूटर से सॉल्व करना है, तो उसके लिए हम किस तरीके से सोचेंगे. बेसिकली कहना है कि आपके पास एक सिचुएशन है डेली लाइफ में कोई काम होता है जिसमें कंप्यूटर का इस्तेमाल नहीं होता है, अब आप उस काम को ऑटोमेट कर सकते हैं। इसका मतलब आप कोई एक कंप्यूटर या कंप्यूटिंग सिस्टम को उसमें लगाना चाहते हैं, तो उसको लगा के अगर आपने जो डेली लाइफ की चीजें हैं, रूटीन मंडेन टास्क है, उसको ऑटोमेट करना है, तो कंप्यूटर से उसका सोल्यूशन निकालने के लिए पहले आप सोचना पड़ेगा कि भाई हाउ कंप्यूटर वर्क्स। और अगर मैं जो रूटीन काम करता हूँ पेन एंड पेपर से, उसको अगर मैं कंप्यूटर से सॉल्व करना चाहूँ तो मुझे क्या क्या स्टेप लिखने पड़ेंगे, क्या क्या अप्रोच लगाना पड़ेगा, ताकि जाके मेरा जो एंड पे प्रोडक्ट होगा वो एक सॉफ्टवेयर एप्लीकेशन होगा एक कंप्यूटर में, एंड थ्रू व्हिच आई विल बी एबल टू ऑटोमेट द टास्क दैट आई वाज डूइंग एट टिल नाउ विदाउट ए कंप्यूटर। तो टू डू दिस आप जो थिंकिंग लगाएंगे, दैट इज कॉल्ड कंप्यूटेशनल थिंकिंग। Computational thinking is not about understanding what is a computer and how it works. No, computational thinking is, let me repeat again, is not at all about what is the computer and how it works. It is about what steps I need to take so that a certain task can be solved using a computer. Okay, so please move to next slide, sir. तीन इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप जो यहाँ दिया जा रहा है कि फॉर्मुलेटिंग प्रॉब्लम इन ए वे दैट एनेबल्स अस टू यूज ए कंप्यूटर टू हेल्प सॉल्व देम, जो मैंने अभी कहा, ऑटोमेटिंग सॉल्यूशंस थ्रू एल्गोरिथमिक थिंकिंग, एंड जनरलाइजिंग एंड ट्रांसफरिंग दिस प्रॉब्लम प्रोसेस टू ए वाइडर वैरायटी ऑफ प्रॉब्लम। सर नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में जाइए, आई वांट टू एक्सप्लेन इट थ्रू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। या नो, इवन टू नेक्स्ट स्लाइड सर, द 5 स्टेप्स ऑफ, या ये जो है थिंक लाइक ए कंप्यूटर साइंटिस्ट इज द क्रक्स ऑफ कंप्यूटेशनल थिंकिंग। शायद इस स्लाइड के टाइटल में कंप्यूटेशनल थिंकिंग भी दे सकता था। अभी जो मैं टर्म कह रहा था कंप्यूटेशनल थिंकिंग, इसमें 5 ब्रॉड स्टेप्स आर इन्वॉल्व। ये फर्स्ट इज algorithmic thinking, कि when you want to, as I was saying, you have a situation at hand which you want to automate. आप चाहते हैं उसको कंप्यूटर के जरिए करना। Now you want to do it through computer. So उसके लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? You have to first of all develop an algorithm, right? Because we know that computer doesn't understand our human language. So we give instruction to computer through a language which computer understands. That can be high level language or low level language. और हम उसको कहते हैं प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज, राइट? तो प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज मतलब प्रोग्राम। तो प्रोग्राम लिखने से पहले हम क्या लिखते हैं? स्टेप बाय स्टेप उसको एल्गोरिथम लिखते हैं। तो एल्गोरिथम लिखने का मतलब क्या है कि हमें एक स्ट्रेटेजी बनाना पड़ेगा और स्टेप बाय स्टेप लिखना पड़ेगा टू सॉल्व ए प्रॉब्लम। अब दूसरी बात ये आता है कि डिकम्पोजिशन, कि कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है उसको हमें ब्रेक डाउन करना है इनटू स्मॉलर प्रॉब्लम्स, क्योंकि बड़ा प्रॉब्लम एकदम से स्टेप लिखने जाएंगे यू विल गेट लॉस्ट। एंड एब्स्ट्रक्शन क्या है? एब्स्ट्रक्शन ये है कि एक प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने का बहुत सारा पार्ट हो सकता है। जब आप एक पार्ट सॉल्व कर रहे होंगे, दूसरे पार्ट के डिटेलिंग को इग्नोर करेंगे। और जनरलाइजेशन क्या है कि आपने एक सॉल्यूशन निकाला, उसको और वाइडर सॉल्यूशन सिमिलर प्रॉब्लम में अप्लाई करके उसका सॉल्यूशन निकालना, राइट? और उसका ऑफ कोर्स इवैल्यूएशन। सर कैन यू मूव टू नेक्स्ट स्लाइड? Yeah, I'll skip that because of lack of time. This talks about it. This is an example of how we can think or develop step by step solution to a problem. Sir, please skip. This is a very easy, since all are from computer science, so I'll skip that. Again, these are some algorithmic thinking skills कि class wise हम कैसे इन सब चीजों को apply करा सकते हैं. I'll skip that, sir, because I want to give it to you so that you can present. This one also you may skip. If you are interested, we can share the screen, the PPT, so that if you want to refer to them, you can refer also. Yeah. So this is again a quick poll. ये आप ले सकते हैं. ये quick 1 minute का poll है.
So all of you can just mention. Computer science is all about learning programming. Is this true or false? So you can just start your mobile phone and just mark.
Do you think that computer science is all about learning programming?
So few people says yes, few people says no. All of you can mark.
ठीक है सर, आप बंद कर सकते हैं because time is very 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 limited
Sure,
we
sir.
have, and I want to hand over to you. Yeah,
Sure, sir.
please minimize this.
I'll just close and
Yeah,
we'll move
so I
further.
want to say here is that computer science is not, please go to next previous slide sir. Computer science is not all about programming. The programming is only one of the component of computer science, and it is a very important component of computer science. Computer science has got many other aspects other than programming. Okay, understanding how human computer interacts is an important aspect, right? Sir, please move to next slides. I want to show one slide. These are some examples. Yeah, next. कंप्यूटर साइंस कैसे और सब्जेक्ट्स में है, आप सब जानते हैं कंप्यूटर साइंस का इस्तेमाल बायोलॉजी, फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, सोशल साइंस हर फील्ड में आज के डेट में है, राइट? वी आर ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड genome sequencing through computer science. We are trying to understand how brain functions, how neurons work, right? Through computer science. We are using computer science a lot in biotechnology, bioinformatics, इन सिलिको ट्रीटमेंट जो एक्सपेरिमेंट सारे हो रहे हैं वो कंप्यूटर से ही हो रहे हैं. आई वांट टू डोंट वांट टू टेक टू मच ऑफ टाइम ऑन दिस. सर आप स्किप कर सकते हैं ये कुछ स्लाइड्स, ये भी आप स्किप कर सकते हैं, इंक्लूडिंग फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री आल्सो. या प्लीज नेक्स्ट. दिस इज अ ब्लूम्स टैक्सोनॉमी, आप सब जानते होंगे तो इसमें मैं नहीं बता रहा हूँ. नेक्स्ट जॉब्स क्या क्या है कंप्यूटर में, ये भी. हाँ, नेक्स्ट. There are so many jobs opportunities, we all know. Next. या यहाँ पे मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, हम जब बात कर रहे हैं कि ये हाउ टू इंट्रोड्यूस कंप्यूटर साइंस इन स्कूल्स, तो छोटे लेवल इन लोअर ग्रेड्स यू नीड नॉट इंट्रोड्यूस a programming language like C, C++, Python, Java, and you need not be dealing or bothering too much about syntax and semantics and all this. क्योंकि the child is too young, he or she may not have enough access to computer, उसके पास इतना कंप्यूटर ही नहीं होगा, या होगा भी तो वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग ही नहीं होगा उतना नुआंस से समझने का एट दैट एज. सो वी शुड नॉट प्रेशराइज द चाइल्ड, ओवरलोड द चाइल्ड. आप उसको ये इंट्रोड्यूस कराइए द वेरी कॉन्सेप्ट दैट कि कंप्यूटर इज ए फंडामेंटली ए डेटा प्रोसेसिंग मशीन, और इट इज नॉट एन इंटेलिजेंट डिवाइस. कोई मिरेकुलस डिवाइस नहीं है, वो सिर्फ रूटीन काम कर सकता है, हमसे इंस्ट्रक्शन ले सकता है, उसको प्रोसेस करके आउटपुट दे सकता है. ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग पहले बच्चे को दीजिए. और एडिशनल के कुछ काम क्या कंप्यूटर कर सकता है कि ये एक्सेप्ट डेटा, एक्सेप्ट इनपुट एक्सेप्ट कर सकता है हम लोगों से, उसको स्टोर कर सकता है, उसको प्रोसेस कर सकता है, उसको हमें रिटर्न करके हम जब भी मांगेंगे वो डेटा आउटपुट दे सकता है, राइट? फिर आप एक इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट है कि क्यों हमें कंप्यूटर जो एक हार्डवेयर है और हम ह्यूमन बीइंग है, व्हाई वी नीड अ लेयर ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर इन बिटवीन, why we need an operating system, why we need so many device drivers, why we need so many application softwares. तो यहाँ पे जो ह्यूमन कंप्यूटर इंटरेक्शन की फंडामेंटल बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट है, उस कॉन्सेप्ट को बच्चे को समझाने की जरूरत है. इसके बाद आप ब्लॉक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे स्क्रैच से शुरू कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज सिंटैक्स और उस पर जाना आपको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं. और खाली प्रोग्रामिंग ही नहीं, द होल गेम वर्ल्ड ऑफ इंटरनेट और वेब, ये कैसे काम करता है. आप टेक्निकलिटी में मत जाइएगा, बट इन रियल वर्ल्ड एक बच्चा ये सब चीजें बहुत ज्यादा इस्तेमाल करता है, तो इसके लिए ये सब समझना बहुत जरूरी है. और चूंकि बच्चा बहुत इंटरेस्टेड है गेम में, तो कैसे कंप्यूटर का रोल है, कैसे गेम डेवलपमेंट होता है, उसका टेक्निकलिटी में ना जाते हुए एक ब्रीफ ओवरव्यू देना, और गेम कैसे कंप्यूटर में चलता है, हाउ गेट द फीलिंग ऑफ दिस गेम एंड ऑल दिस, ये बच्चे को समझाना बहुत जरूरी, राइट? So that he or she gets an interest in computer science without getting too much of load, technical load in the subject. Please next sir. Yeah, तो मेरे हिसाब से ये 6 एरिया है, और इसमें प्रोग्रामिंग ओनली 1 एरिया है. पहला तो ह्यूमन कंप्यूटर इंटरेक्शन है, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग की कॉन्सेप्ट है, बिकॉज प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग में जब जाएगा तो वन हैज टू थिंक एल्गोरिथमिकली, think about decomposition, abstraction, pattern, all these things, basics of fundamentals of web design, और फिर प्रोग्रामिंग, कंप्यूटिंग एंड डेटा एनालिटिक्स एंड रोबोटिक्स और उसका एप्लीकेशन इन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक, टेक्सटाइल, ऑटोमेशन, कार इंडस्ट्री, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री, ये सब हम बात कर सकते हैं, राइट? सो नेक्स्ट सर। या तो दो तीन तरीके से आप कर सकते हैं। एक तरीका पेडागोजिक अप्रोच ये हो सकता है कि पेयर प्रोग्रामिंग हो, दो स्टूडेंट एक साथ बैठे और एक साथ बैठ के एज ए पेयर वो डिजाइन करे, एल्गोरिदम करे, स्टेप बाय स्टेप करे। अनप्लग्ड अप्रोच बहुत सारा, ये जो code.org वेबसाइट है, ये जो हमने लिंक यहाँ दिया है, इसमें फंडामेंटल कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ कंप्यूटर साइंस को कैसे अनप्लग, मींस unplug approach is something to understand concepts of computer science without using a computer at all. ये करा सकते हैं आप। रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग करा सकते हैं, जो सेकेंडरी, सीनियर सेकेंडरी स्टेजेस में है, उसको बच्चे को फ्री एंड ओपन सोर्सेस कोड, बेसिक इंपॉर्टेंट सिंपल कोड फ्रॉम गिटहब, ये सब वगैरह से देके we can encourage them to go through the code and then understand the functionalities. What are the functionalities that that application has already developed and how they have been programmed, so that they do this reverse engineering and they also learn in an interesting way. So next. Yeah. So from here onward, I would like to invite my co-presenter, Mr. Naveen Gupta here, and he has a tremendous experience of teaching computer science at different levels in schools. So I request Naveen sir to talk to our participants about different ways or different application software, different websites which can help us in teaching computer science in different schools. So over to you, Naveen sir.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me opportunity to speak. I hope I am audible to each and everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
yes.
That's great. So whenever we talk about computer science teaching, so people go for books, people go for so many other resources. So I always says that you must use open source technology, and everything is available on the internet. But we need, as a teacher, हमें उन सारे resources को क्या करना है, segregate करना है different levels के लिए, and then we have to deliver to the student. So before starting the session, I will take a small quiz again, as we have done earlier. So what type of tool software we should prefer to use while teaching? So I have given you 4 options. You can mark which you think. So you just mark. All of you can mark actually. And you should understand these terms actually. What is the meaning of these terms? What is a proprietary software? Great. So people knows that the new era, means the new technologies coming into existence, is not a proprietary software. It's all about open source software. It means all the source codes are available to us. We can modify, we can reuse, and we can republish as well, as we talk about freedom of software. So thank you so much, everyone, those who have given an option. 10 people have marked the answer. So these are the 10 people who have marked answers. So that's great, that we are aware of that. We have to go around the open source software rather than promoting the proprietary software. So when we talk about a primary level, so basically at the age of 5, we can introduce computer to the kids. So what, we cannot give them a chance to learn the programming, actually giving them some code of Python and then say, just learn. So we have to go step by step. The first process will be they should know how to use mouse, and to understand the mouse, they need to use paintbrush like application. There are so many applications available on the internet that they can use free of cost using a mouse. So they will learn how to control the mouse while designing. And again, it's a new concept, art integrated learning. They can use it, their feelings, and they can show on the paintbrush like it's normal paintbrush. Then the next step after learning a mouse, they should learn the keyboard processing. Where is A, where is S, where is D, where is F, A, B, C, D. So they should be exposed to the keyboard now. So they can use any application, either a notepad, WordPad, or any word processor application. Now, in a starting a year 1 or team, grade 1, grade 2, but at the age of 5, we can introduce them to the programming as well. But which type of programming? Either Python or a simple programming. Yes, we have so many simple programming concepts which we can introduce to student in class 4, 5, 6. So let's talk about a simple programming, a turtle programming. Maybe people have done, but now the turtle programming is available in a different way. So you can just go to Turtle Academy and you can create your account. You just go to login. You just say, I want to log in with Google or whatever the way. So I'll just go to turtleacademy.com is the name of the website. I'm just marking this. So I am marking here the Turtle Academy. So this was a website. So this is a dashboard and a program or a playground. What I want to learn, or I am having another options, lesson. So when I say lesson, so logos turtle, we have done in an earlier stage. This is a logos turtle. Hello, I am logo. Can I help you to make some awesome? Herein, what concept we will be going to teach? The direction. The class 3 student will learn how direction. What is the step to go to school? What will be the algorithm? So herein, he can design a simple steps using this. Let's say we have a solution as well. What is the solution? Forward 20. So I can type code in this window. Forward 50. I can just write forward 50 and then run. So you can see you want the baby. You can see on my right panel that it's moved forward. Turning back. Now what code it will be? Turning back. So left 180. So I'll write left 180. It's a simple steps. A student will get one by one, each and everything. All the instructions are written on this. Inverted letter L. Now I need to print inverted letter L. So all the instruction, the letter L is easily to draw so that it inverted letter L, the inverted letter L. So all the instruction is written. So I'll just type. So this is a one way to introduce a programming to the student in a block programming kind of mode. Clear screen. The next is clear screen. So I'll just write clear screen. So I hope this is clear to everyone that how the turtle programming is available nowadays on an online mode. We have used logo turtle. We have books available in the market few years back, but the way has changed. The turtle programming should be introduced to the student of class 3, 4, 5. Again, it's a very, very simple tool. Now let's come back to the presentation. I have written here that we can have a make game foot. Another programming, we have a make game foot. So this is a gaming development tool. This is a gaming development. Again, sir said we can use a Scratch, which is a MIT product. So this is game foot. Another application, you can just expose the student a very, very simple. There are so many tools which gives you an edge wherein student start creating. And we can go with the free resources. These are the free resources. So many options are available free, of course. Never ever suggest student to go with the paid versions. So these are the some phase. If I have created a game, I can save, or I can simply create a game. Start a platformer game. So what I can do with this, I can create my own character. So all these instructions are given as a tutorial in this. So draw your level. Next. Now what I want to do, I want to create a code level. So what I want to do, I want to change. So you can see here that I can change this, all these things. moving tile. I want a tile should be moved. So whatever I want to do, all the tutorials are here and we can just change. You can see I have changed the background and I can just increase. So it's very, very simple. I can change the character, whatever the character I am having. I can write something. Hello. So it's a very, very simple ways to hello. We are learning gaming. Game development. So time over. So whatever we want to do, it's very, very simple. The code is makegamefood.com is a website. The previous website was turtleacademy.com. So we can go to this website and we can tell student to explore new things and develop a simple platformer games. Not a 3D games. We are not talking about, we are just telling. And a class 5 student can do this very easily. Then we have already discussed that we have a Scratch. So student can learn a grade 5 student can learn Scratch. Now we have a more content from the class 6 to 12th, 6 to 10th actually we talk about. And when student is in grade 6, he should understand few things very clearly, the digital ethics. So there is a website called commonsense.org, wherein you can just go through and you can introduce so many concepts of digital well-being to the student of class 3 to class 12. So you can see here that we are having less digital citizenship. You can see here on my screen. You can see here, I'm just talking about a digital citizenship wherein we are having their curriculum with a lesson plan for UKG, K5, 6 to 12, and digital life dilemmas. So all these things are available. Even the resources are available. Some of the student games, social media test drive, whether their identity is available on the internet or not, whether they are safe on the internet or not, so all this curriculum we have to introduce to the class 6th onwards so that the students should be digital well-being and they become a global citizen so that they can not be exposed to any vulnerable world wherein they can be exposed to the threat to their parents, something like that. So I can just go through. I'll just go through and I'll show you some of the quick activities on this site. So you can see topic digital citizenship. Even the Facebook is coming up with a CBSE coming up with a one course on digital citizenship. We have developed some of the content of the digital citizenship because that is need of an hour. आज की डेट में ये बहुत जरूरी है बच्चे को समझाना कि आप अगर डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में हैं तो जो भी आप कर रहे हैं वो जरूरी नहीं है कि सेफ है. You have to be very, very particular about things when you are writing something on the internet. So use 3 short self-guided activity to create positive culture around digital learning. Now watch and reflect 15-minute activities. So this is digital life, media balance and well-being. Students learn all the ways we'll consume, create and share digital media in our daily lives, then reflect its. So all these things, grade 7, grade 8. So they have planned everything in a way that each level what they need to understand. And these are age appropriate so that they can see how, and then they will get certified by this. So they get an international certification from this website. So we have lesson plans, we have games and digital life dilemmas. Let's talk about this. Thinking routine. So using digital dilemmas, thinking routine to empower student in data. Young people are constantly navigating digital dilemmas, which don't always have a right or wrong answer. How much connection is too much? What does it mean to be a good friend on the social world? So you can see there are so many questions which students should know. Keys to using digital dilemmas. So all these feelings and options. Student handout. So what student can learn on this? So this is a very good website. Filling option, read the dilemmas below and complete the fillings. So this is an activity based, a Google based activity, freely available, and you can introduce this concept very easily. And while designing your curriculum, you can include these parts which are available free of cost on the internet. Now I hope this is clear to everyone. So what we are discussing, that how can you use commonsense.org. I'll just run a quick poll. I hope you are agreed with me that all the tools which we have to use must be a proprietary. And are you understanding whatever I am explaining? Just mark true or false. Great. So we got 8 people says yes, they are understanding what I mean to say, that how they can introduce the programming in the grade 7, grade 8, how they can introduce the block programming in grade 5 using a turtle programming. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll just close this poll and move further. Now, as you know, the Google is a world top company. They are having one of the course called CS First with Google.com, predefined curriculum for each and every game, catering to programming, to the gaming field, all the tutorials, all that. So you can use this CS First in your classroom as well. So the website is csfirstwithgoogle.com. If you are a teacher, you can just start, I am a teacher. So let's say I am a teacher. I am already having an account on CS First. So it asks me, or if you don't have, okay. So this is a dashboard of CS First. Let's say I have created few classes, programming, game design, wherein I have assigned 0 to 40, here in no student, and here in 86 student joined me. And I have assigned them a game. So first of all, this can be implemented with a Google Classroom, as we are in the online pattern. So I can directly assign CS First game to the Google Classroom. So I can create a class by clicking on plus button, and these are the classes which are available to me. These are the 3 classes, archived classes. If I have already passed 1 year, so archived classes will be there. Now what curriculum we have in this Google class, CS First. Now hands-on lesson with the instructional video. So we have a characterization, interactive presentation. Student creates a new presentation on taking existing one, make it interactive now. So let's see this activity. Now I can say start. So you can have a multiple options. Introduction to interactive, build your presentation, a survey, and after that the assessment is required to check whether student understood or not. So all these are embedded with this. So I can say start. Before assigning anything to the student, my humble request to all the teachers, please first complete yourself the activity, so that if the student asks you, then you can see that interactive presentation.
Hi, I'm Brendan, and I'm a former math teacher who now works at Google. I help bring CS First to students just like you all over the world. In this video, I'll give you a quick introduction to learning computer science through CS First. With computer science, you can create pretty much anything you can imagine, like stories, art, animation, websites, music, and more. Computer science uses code to make projects called programs. Code is another way of saying instructions for the computer. There are a lot of ways to write code, but to start out, you'll use a programming language called Scratch. In this activity, you will use Scratch to create an interactive presentation. A presentation is a great way to show people information and get them excited about it. Adding different effects like animations and sound gets your point across to the audience and makes them feel like part of your presentation. After you make your presentation, invite a classmate or friend to check it out. The more fun, interactive elements you add, the more your partner or anyone who sees this presentation will feel like part of the action. Let's get started. Move on to the next video to begin coding.
So all these options are available with you in a CS First. So you can just tell and assign to your class this much you have to do. And these activities student can do at home as well. You just need to assign as a computer faculty, or these can be done by any other subject teacher as well, because it's predefined with the lesson plan, with the activities, with the assessment, and anybody can take it further to introduce the concept of programming, concept of presentation, or we have so many things. Even a student can earn the badges. There are some badges student can earn. So if he is interested in art, he can go with the art course. If he is interested in animation, interactive art. So many options according to the interest. Sports, victory celebration, music and sound. So all these different activities and these things are available. You just need to sign in and you need to assign the student a particular class day wise or a week wise or 15 days. You can give it to the student. They can complete and they can come along with the new things developed by them. Now, so these are the two things: a common sense organization wherein we are teaching student a digital ethics, digital well-being, and then how we are implementing programming. Again, we have a commonsense.org have a, again, we have a something here as well for knowing so many gaming development tools. You can check out that this website gives you so many tools name here, and even if it is a free or if it is a paid. So Minecraft is a worldwide used educational version for gaming development. So there is a difference, game development and a game-based learning actually. So you can see here, free to try GameFoot. I have used GameFoot, which is absolutely free for grades 4 to 12. So it means a student of grade 4 to 12 go to this website and develop a game, and it's absolutely free. And then we have a ReadyMaker, which is again free. So you can tell the website to the student and they can explore and they can learn to modify Minecraft version, and which is freely available. So you can see here that so many apps available nowadays freely, which student can use and learn the programming, learn the digital things very easily. Another option which I tell you to introduce to the programming, like a JavaScript is the most usable programming worldwide. So this is another app called grasshopper.app. So this is another website which is again a freely available. Now this is a grasshopper.app. What is coding? So this is what the introducing a concept of coding. What is coding? Coding is something called computer programming. We can communicate with computer, code tells computer. So this is what actually everything is written. Now let's start an activity here. I'm already having an account. So curriculum, these are the curriculum, like coding fundamental with a JavaScript. So I am teaching student a JavaScript. This can be introduced from class 7, wherein student will learn JavaScript using block programming. First concept he will learn drawing shapes, functions ke through. Then he will be learning a concept of variables, arrays, if statement, then operators. As you all are computer background, you know these concepts, how we teach to Python to grade 11. But here in student will learn but with minimum required writing the line of code. So how to join this? So I'll just say sign in. I have done some of the activities, and this is when you will go to the next level. We have a time till 11:35, sir. Sunil Shrestha, sir, we have a time till 11:35 or 11:30. Okay. Now,
I believe we can wind up at 11:30, sir, because they can have a 10-15 minutes break before they join for a validity session.
Okay. So in progress, we have a various courses: fundamental, animation 1, animation 2, array methods, automation, debugging code, fundamentals. So I am just doing this fundamentals. Let's say I want to introduce a concept, as I said, a variable concept, operator concepts. So how the student can do. So I'll just go to project because I'm just running these codes. So I'll just show you some of the, let's say I need to example introduce a concept. So you can see here the Poland to the Saint Marine. In this puzzle, you will use a variable to store the data. Then change the variable, that variable, for example, insect equal to grasshopper. So we have introduced, student will learn when you write something equal to, so that creates a variable. So herein he has created a variable. For example, this instruction, change the flag of Poland to be simplified flag to San Marino by changing the value variable to strip color. Means अब मुझे क्या करना है, change color करना है red to blue. So what I will do, मुझे red to blue कहाँ करना है, strip color को. So I'll just click here and I can edit the code. I can click and I can edit the code. I can write here red to blue. Where is the red color? So I just need white and blue is there. I need to add a code. So I'll say draw box. I'll call the function. You can just see the need down. I'm just clicking here. I'm not writing anything. You can just see here that everything is here. Drop box, new line, blue, red, strip color, and a white. So what I need to do, I need to draw another box and it will tell me whether it is correct or not. So I'll say draw box, call the function strip color, again draw box, strip color function, draw box, strip color. And herein I need to change the variable draw variable, or we are already having a variable. So I'll just write strip color so I'll write here stripe. I'll click on this button. I can write strip color equal to red. So I'll just write here red. So it's there, and now I can run the code. So you can see here, correct, continue. So we have completed this course. A variable concept is learned by the student. I have not used here next line. So again, another question is there, variable month equal to August, print month, and then the code will continue. So this way we can introduce a simple JavaScript code to the student wherein he's learning with the block programming. Now we have some AI and ML activities throughout the world. This is a code.org website. Again, sir has explained you what is the purpose of the code.org. So this is a website. I hope, are you aware of code.org? Say yes, no. Otherwise, I'll take you to the code.org. Say yes, no. Are you aware of code.org? Otherwise, if you need an explanation on this, say yes, no. No. One says no, they are not. exposed to code.org. Please everyone mark so that I can explain. If only one response, rest of you 3 no. Oh. 4, everyone says no. Yes. So Sunil Sreshta sir says yes, he is aware of code. 2 people says yes, they are aware of. And 5 people says they are not aware of. So I'll just quickly explain you what is a code.org. 8 people have answered. So 6 says no. Now I'll explain you what is a code.org. So code.org is an organization which is funded by the big organization like Facebook, Microsoft, Google, and you can see powered by AWS. It means the complete website is running on AWS. So all these are funding this website to make people aware of coding. You can see student on code.org is 60 million, 27 million of our young women, 185 million projects created, and these are some of the stats. So you can create your class and you can even assign some activities age appropriate to your students. So I'm already having an account here. And there is an activity which runs once in a year that called Hour of Code activity throughout a particular week's time, wherein I always allow my student to explore more and more and get the certificate from Hour of Code activity. साल में 1 महीना ऐसा आता है, 1 हफ्ता ऐसा आता है जैसे कि दिसंबर या नवंबर एंड में code.org एक प्रोग्राम चलाती है जिसका नाम है आवर ऑफ कोड, यानी कि पूरा वर्ल्ड एक टाइम पे कुछ एक्टिविटी करेगा और अपना एक सर्टिफिकेट जनरेट करेगा, जिससे कि जैसे यू कैन सी हियर I have assigned 44 students to this code. You can see my dashboard. So my complete school participate in this activity Hour of Code. Course 4. So we take a course for 8 class 11. So this is a course which we have voluntarily played, assigned. Now, what was the code? This was a code wherein, so you can see here that how many people have completed, how many completed a survey. So all these things will be available to us in this. There was a video on machine learning. So you can see this video, very simple video. So all these things are available under code.org, and you can refine and define your course curriculum according to this. I'm not going further on this. You can just explore code.org website. So now these all things are required for grade 5 to 10. We can expose to more and more technology. But when we talk about a higher level, class 11th and 12th, now they need to learn how to write the programming. At higher secondary level, the computer science teaching is at high level, a little high, because now we will not talk about a block programming. We'll talk about writing a program using any interpreter. So the programming skill based on curriculum introduced at this level. The language like Python and its related library, C, C++, Visual Basic, web pages like HTML, JavaScript, VBScript, JSP, ASP, so many things we can expose to the student. They can learn more and more programming logics actually at a higher secondary level. Now, I would like to show you one of the tools which I always use in my class, wherein we face a problem as a senior teacher. We face a problem to visualize the code actually. So you can see here, start visualizing code. How each and every line will be executed, how the memory execution. So when I'll go to this website, you can see here, write code in Java 8, JavaScript, C++, and there are so many other options. So I'm using a Python. So I'll say A equal to 7, B equal to 8, and then I'll say print A plus B, a simple code. And I tell my learners, students, how this will be executed in Python interpreter. So I'll click on the button. Visualize execution. So I'll just click. You can see that how it happens. I just declare A. So we say A is a variable which will be temporarily available in the memory. So you can see here the global frame. A global frame is here wherein A is declared. So we can tell that this is a variable which is temporarily stored in the memory. And then another line, I say B equal to 8. So another variable will be declared and print statement do printing. So you can see here that it is printed 15. So this way you can, even a loop concept, even a simple loop concept, you can tell for I in range 10. And then you can say print I. Now this is a very, very good concept when we teach student loops. So they never understood in a one way, in one go. So we can tell that how this loop will execute. So for I in range, so my I value is 0. And then I say next, it will print 1. It will print 0. Again, I'll go back. You can see that you can tell the student that this will go back from here. And then again, the statement will be in. And this is an indentation. That's the reason it is going back. And next, I'll say next and next value. So next, next, next. So this is a way we can introduce a concept of programming in a higher grade, visualizing so that they can visualize what is to be done with this. I hope all my things is clear to everyone. So we'll take a quick feedback. So whatever we have taught, I'll take quick feedback. Are you agreed? Strongly agreed? So is the presentation was good to learn something new and hope you have learned something new. So please mark your answer here, a feedback, a quick feedback. So great, people are agreeing. 2 people are saying strongly agree. So 8 people have marked. Thank you so much. I'm just closing here. So thank you so much. And here we go to end. Thank you so much for joining us for this session. I hope we are.
Yeah.
Rejaul.
Thank you, Naveen sir. So what's the plan?